Heads up 12s! Something wild is going down in Seattle, and it might just leave you speechless. A piece of our defense that flew under the radar in 2024 could turn into a full-blown nightmare for opposing quarterbacks. A rookie on offense is already feeling the pressure and might not even make it to week 1. And to top it off, brace yourself, a beloved veteran might be on his way back to the nest. But is that really the right move? Stick with me till the end, because what we're about to break down could be the true turning point of this new era in Seattle. But before we dive in, go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's show the power of the 12s. This is Seahawks blood running deep. Let's kick things off with a storyline that hits right at the heart of our defensive line. Remember Byron Murphy? That's right, our very first pick from the 2024 draft came in with sky-high expectations, one of the most complete talents in his class. But if we're being honest, his rookie season was pretty forgettable. No splash plays, no jaw-dropping stats, nothing that really got the fans off their feet. But now things could be about to flip. According to CBS Sports analyst Chris Trapasso, Murphy's one of 6 second-year players ready to break out in 2025. And when you look at the full picture, that prediction makes a ton of sense. Mike Macdonald's system is entering its second year, and if you followed his work in Baltimore, you know year 2 is when things really take off. Just ask Justin Matabike. He went from 5.5 sacks in his first year under Macdonald to 13 sacks and 12 TFLs the next season. Murphy's got a similar profile, explosive, powerful, and relentless. Even without the flashy numbers in 2024, he still posted an 8.6% pressure rate, which is actually really solid for a rookie DT. If he can bump that up to around 10%, which is elite interior pass rusher territory, that's a massive leap. And let's be real, the Seahawks defensive line needs that kind of breakout. Leonard Williams, Jarran Reed, even newcomer DeMarcus Lawrence, they're all over 30. Experienced, sure, but the clock's ticking. Murphy has to be the guy who takes the torch. He was drafted with that expectation. Now, with a better grip on the scheme, an NFL-ready body, and more reps under his belt, everything's pointing to 2025 being his breakout year. If he makes that jump, this defense might be way scarier than anyone's giving them credit for. And since we're on the topic of rookies and expectations, let's flip it over to the offense, because there's a situation brewing that's got a lot of fans scratching their heads. What's going to happen with Damian Martinez? The running back came in as a 7th-round pick after a strong college run in Miami. But if we look back at Macdonald's 2024 strategy, there's a trend we can't ignore. Unlike Pete Carroll, he rolled with just 3 running backs on the 53-man roster: Ken Walker, Zach Charbonnet, and Kenny McIntosh. If he sticks with that same setup in 2025, Martinez is already fighting an uphill battle. According to Bob Condata from the Seattle Times, McIntosh's value on kick returns could be the deciding factor. Let's be real, the preseason will be do or die for Martinez. Just last year, 6th-round corner DJ James got cut before playing a single real snap. Martinez could face the same fate. Even as a draft pick, he's got to seriously show out this August to make the cut. The competition is real. George Holani's grinding on the practice squad and pushing hard. Plus, Clint Kubiak's offense brought the fullback back into the mix, which means roster spots on offense are even tighter. The team might also lean more into tight and heavy formations, shrinking the RB room even further. If Martinez doesn't flash something special, he could be headed for the practice squad, or worse, waived. But honestly, the team didn't draft him by accident. They saw something. Now he's got to turn that something into results, and fast. Now if you think that's intense, wait till you hear what's possibly going down at wide receiver. This might shake the 12s to the core. What if I told you there's a real shot Tyler Lockett ends up back in a Seahawks jersey? Sounds like a fan dream, right? But this one's got some legs. After saying goodbye to Seattle and signing with the Titans, Lockett might not even make it through camp in Tennessee. That's according to Justin Mello from SB Nation's Music City Miracles. The Titans are stacked with way more WR competition than expected. They've got Calvin Ridley, 2 rookie picks, and special team standouts like Bryce Oliver and Xavier Restrepo fighting for spots. If Lockett's not at full strength during camp, he could become a surprise cut. If that happens, the first thing the Seahawks should do is pick up the phone. He might not have the same burst as before, but Lockett still has some of the surest hands in the game, knows the system inside out, and would be a rock-solid mentor for the young guys. And let's not forget, Seattle's wide receiver room is still full of question marks. Jackson Smith-Njigba looks like the go-to guy now, and bringing in Cooper Kupp adds veteran savvy, but what comes after that? Marquez Valdes-Scantling's got speed but no consistency. Jake Bobo and Cody White are still proving themselves. Torrey Horton, our 2025 rookie, might have the tools, but rookies rarely explode right out the gate. Lockett would be the perfect insurance policy, affordable, dependable, and ready for clutch moments. Of course, this all hinges on what happens in Tennessee. He could stick there and help groom their young receivers. But if he's cut, Seattle has to make the call. At the end of the day, all of this shows that the Seahawks rebuild is still very much in motion. Mike McDonald has brought in a new philosophy, more aggressive, more technical, more disciplined, but also more ruthless. There's no room for favoritism here. You produce, or you're out. Big names like Geno Smith, DK Metcalf, and even Lockett himself are gone. The new foundation is being built on hungry young talent and a few strategic vets. But that only works if the youth steps up. Byron Murphy is the perfect example. The defense needs him to take over, especially with the older guys nearing the end. On offense, Damian Martinez is the face of this new direction, raw talent that's got to prove itself fast in a no-nonsense environment. And in the middle of all the uncertainty, like the Lockett situation, the front office has to stay alert. This new Seahawks era can't afford to miss on roster calls. Every player matters. Every preseason snap could make or break a guy shot and change the course of our entire season. Now I want to hear from you 12s. Do you think Byron Murphy's going to blow up in 2025? Can Damian Martinez fight his way onto the roster? And if Lockett ends up a free agent, would you bring him back? Drop your takes in the comments. Your voice matters. And if you want to stay in the loop on everything going on behind the scenes with our Seahawks, you know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss a beat. Let's show the world the power of the 12s, because this is real passion. Go Hawks!